I love French toast. It's actually delicious. What makes it so good?
It's time for a history lesson.
The earliest known reference to French toast is in the Abacus. It's a collection of Latin recipes dating to the 4th or 5th century, where it is described as simply
aliter dulce,
which means another sweet dish. The recipe depicts soaking in milk, but not egg, under the names
suppe dorate, supisi ypsilon dorai,
toasté doré,
and
pimpierdi.
The dish was widely known in medieval Europe and often served with game birds and meats. A 14th century German recipe uses the name
arme Ritter,
which means poor knights. It's also a name used in English and Nordic languages. In the 14th century, Tagliavent presented a recipe for
toasté doré.
And in the 15th century, an Italian culinary expert, Martino da Como, offered a recipe. The word soup in the dish's name refers to bread soaked in a liquid, a sop. A sop is a piece of bread or toast that is drenched in liquid and then eaten. In medieval cuisine, sops were very common. They were often served with broth, soup, or even wine. The usual French name is pain perdu. It means lost bread, reflecting its use of stale or otherwise lost bread, which then gave birth to the metaphoric term pain perdu, which means sunk costs, and may also have been called pain doré, which means golden bread. There are 15th century English recipes for pain de rue. So who'd have thought that the term sunk costs came from French toast, one of my favorite meals? You all just got smarter! Yay! Woo, woo, woo! Learning and stuff. Yay! So yeah, there's a little mini history lesson for you. Also, I have just finished a new song. You can find it on my SoundCloud link in the description below. Here's a little bit of it. So check that out if you want to hear that and give me a follow. Now I think it's a good time to
recommend some cool YouTubers.
This is the part of the video where I show you 3 YouTubers that you should probably subscribe to. Now, 2 of them are music-related YouTubers, so you might not like them if you're not really into music. The first YouTuber being Andrew Huang. This guy does a lot of cool music stuff. He showcases a lot of cool music devices, like little cool things that you can do with music. He also posts a lot of music himself. He's a music artist. There's 4 or 5 YouTubers that are part of an ongoing write a song in less than an hour challenge, and every time one of them does it, they do it in 1 minute less time, and it keeps going around these 5 YouTubers, Andrew Huang being one of them. That's one of the things, but he does so much stuff on his channel. It's not usually crazy in depth, but it's pretty good usually.
There are 2 major things that need to line up for a mashup to be solid, and those are tempo and key. Unless you're getting super experimental, these would already be aligned with any song you hear. So when we put 2 songs together, we have to find ways of making them match.
Now the next one on this list is also a music YouTuber. This is Adam Neely. He does not have as many subscribers as Andrew Huang, and he doesn't post nearly as often, but what he does post is extremely in depth. He's posted about weird time signatures, learning genres. On his latest video, which is supposed to be just about him being hired to play an instrument that he doesn't play, he goes in depth on music theory for a chord set based on a comment he got, and it was crazy in depth. It was like 8 minutes going over one chord progression and how it was composed and everything. It was really great.
The first international standard for A was set in 1859 by the French government to 435 hertz. Even still, this was too high for the Italian opera composer Verdi, who preferred his A to be tuned to 432 hertz at a 2001 production of Verdi's La Scala.
Now, the last YouTuber on this list is Chubby Emu. Now, that name may be kind of weird and funny, but this guy makes medical videos. He's a medical student, and he takes these cases, sometimes real, sometimes fictional, and goes over every single detail of what happens in the body when something happens. In this video's case, a grandma ate 1 pound of chocolate in 6 hours, and she ended up having a whole host of problems. He has a bunch of videos like this. He's only started doing them recently, but they're very, very well done.
He's given antifibrinolytic therapy. Fibrin referring to the final protein that forms blood clots. Lytic meaning breaking down of, and anti meaning against. A medicine that prevents clot breakdown. Because a clot formed at the site of aneurysmal rupture, and that clot's purpose was to stop further bleeding, breaking down the clot, which happens naturally in the body, would increase the chance of rebleed, so inhibiting that breakdown should prevent the rebleed, right?
He only has about 8 or 9 videos in this sort of style, but every single one of them is worth watching. Very, very, very well done. Highly recommend it. So those 3 YouTubers will be linked down in the description. You should go check them out. Also subscribe to this channel if you have not already. And if you want to be notified for videos, hit the bell because YouTube doesn't always do a very good job of letting you know when there's new videos. Abby, that's why they ask him to ring the bell, because YouTube doesn't do a good job of delivering videos. It's kind of a necessity if you want to make sure you see all the videos from that channel. But anyway, yeah, those 3 will be linked in the description down below. Make sure to check out my SoundCloud while you're there, but that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.